Welcome to South Harmon.
Let's go. Wednesday night AMA live and in the building. Adam
Yes,
is
sir.
back, as you can see. Missed him the last couple weeks, man.
Yeah, man.
AMA is not the same without you.
Well, I'm glad to be back. It was a crazy couple weeks. But, hey, back nonetheless. But I'll be honest with you, it's been a grind off the field, and now on the field we're really at a grind because it's win or go home. This is for all the marbles, you know?
What they call that, nut cutting time?
Exactly.
Nut cutting time?
It's time to cut them all off. If you want to be a part of it, better cut someone else's off, you know?
You know that saying had to come from like hogs, you know, like farming, right? Like nut cutting time. We're going to take the balls off. But I don't know why it's stuck all these years.
Good God, I think we have a scorned Raiders fan here. You know,
I think so. I think
that might be what this is. What's up, gang?
That's how we're starting it off.
I've seen some crazy stuff, but you know, I lighten the mood a little bit early. You know,
I mean, production wise,
I mean,
got a case.
Well,
got a case.
If you look at last week, it's funny because I think before last week, Genty, despite how completely atrocious the offense was a back-end RB1. I think it was RB12. Not sure what he is after this week. I think he had 5 or 6 points, depending on the format last week. Not good.
Gino was doing his best to make it negative.
I mean, he kind of adds, like, if you just put Gino into the situation, it's rough.
But we don't have to worry about it. No Geno Smith this week. I don't know if you saw the news.
I did.
Kenny motherfucking Pickett's getting
Pickett's
started.
back. Ever since, 2 Kennys, 1 draft. We got him back finally. Y'all, what's up, Jake? Y'all starting Genty or Harvey? By the way, this is apparently the theme of the show.
There you go. That's
who
probably why.
Who are you starting? Genty versus Philly or Harvey versus Green Bay? We'll go sit early for you.
Fuck yeah. Well, they need to, man. We need to. Gotta get the people dubs this week. I would actually start Harvey over.
Would you?
Yeah. So maybe that's why that comment was up there. He was answering the question.
Yeah. I mean, I was going in order, but I mean, you know what? This probably will end up being more of a question than I thought. You know, went much earlier. I mean, Harvey looks to be the guy in Denver at the moment. So
here's the thing: there's no way you're sitting CMC.
That's not even close, right?
As bad as the Ravens have looked, I don't think I'm sitting Derrick Henry like ever.
I mean,
Bucky maybe? Would you sit a Bucky?
Yeah. So I guess the question then would be Bucky or Genty. Here's what I'll say about the Genty thing. If you look since the bye, I believe it is. Let me pull it up to give you, stone cold hard numbers. But
stone cold.
It's been. I get why it's low floor, but his snap share is just. It's really tough for me to sit, even as bad as they are, dude. Like, let's see here. The last. So I mean, here's the thing: the snap share gets bad when it's it's ugly. He's been 96, 81, 87, 91% of snaps in those other 4 games. So, I don't know. It's a low floor. It's not even the highest ceiling, frankly, either. But he's been getting a lot of usage in the pass game, also since the bye.
To answer the question, I couldn't sit Bucky for Genty either.
For Genty.
It's the Falcons tomorrow night. Come on.
Yeah, well, that was the other thing. I was going to look. I hadn't even seen. I was going to look at Bucky's matchup. You're telling me it's Atlanta. It's probably can't. I probably
tomorrow night too. Prime time. So you can kick the week off right.
The one thing Bucky. I will tell you though, honestly, Mike, I don't know that this isn't a rule of mine. It's just a gut feel of mine that's becoming more seemingly true every time. Like if I'm in a close decision, and I play the Thursday player, you can I almost assuredly feel like by Sunday I need home run swings.
Oh, you regret it?
Yeah, like these Thursday games also kind of can be nasty. It seems. I'm gonna play Bucky here though. I think over Genty too. I'm with you.
I don't give a shit about that superstition.
You also, well, I mean, I'll just say this, Jake. You also have a litter of ridiculous backs in this team too. So
nice squad, Jake.
Yeah,
Jake doing big things.
Hey, what is up?
What?
I know what he's trying to get me to do. He's trying to get me to do, and I almost did it, but I didn't.
Don't.
Are you leaning Stroud or Mariota this week?
Oh.
No.
No. That's your answer. No.
Stroud, I think I reluctantly.
Yeah, reluctantly playing CJ Stroud. Yeah, as bad as Washington's been like all year, I don't want any part of Marcus Mariota, to be honest. I know he had one good game like 2 weeks ago. We're all like, hey.
What up, by the way, everybody? I skipped a few.
Oh man, and Stroud gets Arizona. They
Yeah,
don't play defense.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm rolling there. It's not like New York's defense is like a juggernaut, but it's the Giants. So. Division game.
It's Stroud.
Give me Stroud. Give me Stroud. Pretty comfortably.
I saw what's up, Govnick? He says, dang, doing Genty like that as a Raider supporter, I get it. But a Bronco? Come on, man.
There you go. Now he's salty. Now we get some salty in here.
What about Old Man Rivers?
What about him?
I mean, dude, what about him? Mike, I had to do some real thinking. Like, God, it was like, I'm pretty sure the last time I remembered anything with him in Dynasty was COVID. I'm like, I remember trading him right before he retired. And I know he was going to retire for a second and being like, fuck yes, thank God.
Nailed it.
This felt like a longer tenure away than Flacco was, frankly.
Yes, it was.
I mean, I don't think I can ever recall someone this long away from the game being like, "Yep, I'm ready to go. Let's play."
It was COVID. It was COVID.
I know. I went back and looked. I had to go back and dig that up. And dude, the other thing I want to say about that, right? That was Taylor's rookie year. Like, I had Taylor. I hadn't quite got my teams up to the number it's at now, but I remember I had him on every team. It was either 6 or 7. I'm watching every fucking Colts game start to finish. He had a rough start to the rookie season, which also was frustrating. But what was more frustrating was watching Phillip Rivers at that point look cooked, completely cooked. I remember there were some passes he couldn't even, make it 15 yards that year. He was not the same. 44 years old. I mean, what is this going to look like? It's crazy.
What is 5 years off done to you? But yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, the last time we did see him, it was like you remember Peyton Manning's last year, Super Bowl year.
Yeah, it was like that. If you didn't have all the accolades of Manning, it was very much the same, right?
But Peyton won the Super Bowl. But watching him throw, he didn't win the Super Bowl because it was Peyton Manning. He just didn't
the year prior, before he got hurt or whatever,
painful to watch him throw.
Yeah, the two whatever it was, the year before that, he broke all the records. It was insane, and then he got hurt, and that was it. The dude was awful. The defense won that title for him.
I got no faith in this. Let's say it's the name would make me start him if my choices were Kenny Pickett. Like Kenny Pickett on the Raiders or Phillip Rivers on the Colts. I'd start Phillip Rivers because fuck it. Like, I'm going down with old man Rivers for the memes. The only one that profits from this whole thing is his wife doesn't have to worry about getting pregnant this winter now. She's like, thank God he's out of the fucking house.
We're okay, yeah.
Get him out of here. This guy will not stop fucking.
Well, speaking of which, I mean, he still gets to live like a kid. He gets to go play on Sunday, potentially. I mean,
I think he's got 10 kids, Adam. I think that's where he's at. And he's still like 4 short of Antonio Cromartie. Because Antonio Cromartie did it the right way, all right? You don't just stick to one woman. You put a baby in him. You space him out by like 3 months.
That's insane. This is insane discussion right now.
He's smart. He's smart, like he's getting it all out of the way early.
The first part you might get
ready to retire.
The first part you might get some people to agree with you. He's smart. That I think is where we draw the line of I don't think I can get on board.
Well, who's smarter in this, right? Antonio Cromartie got it done early. By the time he's ready to retire, child support's done with. All right. Phillip Rivers is spacing these fuckers out with one woman every 9 months, basically shitting this out. Had his last one.
Only one person is being asked to come back and get a check. And that's fucking Phillip Rivers. He's like 44. I'm ready. Let's go.
That is fucking insane, man. Man's gonna be like 62 when that last kid graduates.
Good for him, though. Maybe he's gonna stay young. He might even get called back to maybe a new relocated team by that point. 20 years from now.
He's relocated a few things in his life. He must have a hammer on him. Yeah, he just shoots nothing but fucking darts.
I doubt it, but it's possible. Anything's possible.
Can't throw darts no more, but he can still shoot them.
Do you think the only place I even care is in best ball, frankly, or I guess if I was completely desperate in the playoffs, like let's say I was decimated, deadline's off, right? Can't trade. Gotta just try to see. The question I have is a little more pertinent of does this desperate signing mean that it's all but finished for the season for A. Rich? Like we got no shot here.
Oh, did you not see the report today?
No.
A. Rich back in practice today.
Is he really?
Seen at practice, so not activated.
Okay, that's a different thing.
But he hadn't been seen at practice all fucking year since the eye injury. So he's seen at practice now. He's taking mental reps. He's doing drop backs, that kind of stuff. And what's his name? Ballard.
Yeah, Chris Ballard.
Didn't rule out him, and neither did Steichen rule out him returning this season. So they're like, we're still planning on him being back this season. They didn't say like it's going to be next week or it's going to be in 2 weeks or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
But, yep.
Well, we only if they would have said that, we would have known our fates. We got 3 weeks left, y'all. I mean, this is it.
Well, for us, yeah.
That's what I said. That's what for fantasy purposes. That's all we really care about.
It is just setting up the Nick Foles career arc here, baby. Right, wow. Nick Foles 2.0. He's gonna come in, save the day for the Colts, leading to a Super Bowl.
They're not even guaranteed to make the playoffs right now. As crazy as that is,
right? We're gonna get one Riley Leonard, Phillip Rivers week, and then A. Rich will be back next week. Trust me. Trust me, bro. With my sources.
I hadn't seen that. Can I tell you that news doesn't necessarily make me feel any different about the situation. But what I do know is this part: Riley Leonard is cooked. They do this when you finally have your shot. They don't have any fucking faith in you at all.
Speaking of not pulling out, Riley Leonard here. Right, Notre Dame, bad luck this week. Bad luck this week.
Yeah.
And that meme going out there about I didn't think Catholics pulled out. Holy shit! Speaking of Catholics, Riley Leonard.
What's up, Joey? All right, we've talked entirely too much about
pullouts,
other things that aren't Phillip Rivers, and as well Phillip Rivers. But I'm with you.
We haven't even got the back shots yet.
Well, we're gonna get there. But how about this backhanded shot to Lamar Jackson? Holy shit!
Good lord. Good lord.
Corey, what's up, my guy?
It's not that bad.
It's not that good.
He was all right. He was a 20 burger this last week. Not a great one, but 20 burger.
Did you watch him run in the end zone?
Yeah, that was painful to watch.
It looked painful for him.
It did. Here's I don't know if you saw it too. Speaking of that game in Lamar,
he said he was trolling, and I figured, but it's also like, you know what? It's Lamar, but it's listen. I'm having a lot of conversations with Lamar versus other legit quarterbacks that aren't maybe Nick Mariota.
That was it. Last minute play by Lamar where he threw it to what we thought was Mark Andrews, and Andrews dropped another one. Went off his fingertips.
Dude, he's DJ Khaled of drop passes, buddy.
Well, Ryan Baldinger broke that thing down, and from the fucking all 22 angle from the back, Lamar was trying to throw it to a wide open DeAndre Hopkins who was just standing by himself in the end zone, and Mark Andrews still got to interject himself into the play. It's
poor
like,
bastard.
Lamar would have been the hero, and this week we would have talked about how great it was that they're in first place and he threw a game-winning touchdown pass. Instead, Mark Andrews is like, watch this. You just gave me a contract? Fuck you guys.
I'm looking for another drop. I need one here, It's going it's like Ricky Bobby's dad at dinner. Ah, shit, Ricky, it was going too well. I had to get up out of there.
Got too comfortable. Yeah. Dude, I know he's trolling, but that's Lamar all day.
I think the other thing too is the hard part about this is every single week as he gets more healthy and potentially actually is feeling good running the football, it's like, damn, I sat Lamar, So it's I'll say in the spot you have buys, you have another week to see it. But if you don't, it's not cutting time.
Listen, if you got to rely on Lamar, let's rely on Lamar this week versus the fucking Bengals.
It should be a cakewalk, but I'll tell you, the other thing is the division games. They scare me even more this time of year. Like, what the fuck is going on? You know?
Their defense just got worse, too. No Trey Hendrickson.
It wasn't very good to begin with. And, I saw that he's out. Do you think
wasn't much to begin with.
Do you think Igbukah becomes more efficient with the addition of Evans? So, I'm not sure. And I'll tell you, I saw a crazy stat. His catch rate right now is 49.1%, which is wild.
It's gotten pretty abysmal here since that. Was it? It was a hamstring, right? That he
It
had.
was the hamstring. It was like, Mike, it's funny because I'm pretty sure it was the week before Halloween, and I made that Halloween part with Igbuka talking shit to you, and then he didn't do anything in that game. It was 2 weeks in a row, and then he's like, if you look at his last, I don't know what it is, 6 or 7 weeks now, it's like, not great at all.
This is why I just sit back and I just I take the lumps as Adam tries to give them to me. And
Of course.
what's Fizz always say? I'll see you in January.
Well, here,
See you in January.
you know what's actually pretty funny though. I'll give you what's really funny is, let's see. So it's December, not quite halfway through. Have you seen Keep Trade Cut where he's still at? Is wild.
He hasn't moved down. Wow.
He's at wide receiver 10. So
Okay. So he's not tanking or anything.
the only thing that did happen though, Mike, is that he went behind Genti, which is where I had him, like maybe where you shouldn't have, maybe a month ago.
Well, okay. That's
So you have him, I just think about, if you look at his season in totality, him versus Tet right now, I think should be more wide open, honestly. Tet's still a little behind him, but not by much.
Yeah, I'm not going to knock him because, rookie year and what he did in the early season was pretty damn impressive. But,
Sure, yeah.
I mean, we've really built up Emeka Buka, and this is just being honest, on 4 games, Adam, out of this entire season. Because every other game has not been great. It's been – I mean, he's had a couple average games, like wide receiver 3 kind of games where you're like, oh, okay, that's fine. But, I mean, you got 4 wide receiver 1 weeks, and then everything else has been shit. Like, just
I think for a rookie receiver, though, 85 yards, 6 catches, although wide receiver 26 on the week is that's not anything I'm going to get upset about. What I will say, though, when you look at the splits since the hamstring, that is really concerning, right? You got
he's got that one Christian Gonzalez week.
5. He's got six weeks in here that are wide receiver. He has 1 wide receiver 34, and the remaining 5 of those 6 are outside the top 40. But I think really more than anything, it's just I'm the reason I'm not too worried is because I think he doesn't have. I don't think he actually has a problem with catching the football. Right? I think that's he needs to concentrate and catch the football. And I think that the targets, to me, for a young player like this, probably signify that he's pretty well trusted in this offense. But I will say your production start trend to where we're at now is like he's going to make the threshold, but it's not fucking some smash season like it was with Puka or these other guys that are going to go crazy for the end of the year results.
So early in the season, I know there was a point of consternation. I like that word between us. The fantasy points were great, but I was also pointing out, the target share wasn't that good. There was a couple fluke plays in there that led to long touchdowns, right? You can't take those away. They still counted, but I was like, we need to worry about it a little bit. Since Mike Evans' injury, and even with Emeka Buka dealing with his own thing, his target share has skyrocketed, way up.
Yep.
And the fantasy points, to Merck's point, the efficiency has gone in the absolute fucking shitter. Now we're sitting here in the playoffs, and there is a couple of alarming things. Listen, I'm not too worried about the catch rate like you talked about, right? Like, I'm not too worried about the drops. But the things that do worry me, the target rate has gone up, but like you have metrics like target separation versus man, 58th in the league.
Yep.
For a guy who is a precision route runner who's supposed to get that separation, that is not good. That is not good at all.
I wish we had it, and I know you can't do it by week. That's player profiler, right? You're on.
Yeah, they like to go back in time and see what it was.
To me, I feel like it was actually not a problem at all. That would almost make me think. Now, granted, I don't want to do too much projecting on this, but that would make me think a guy that's got a hamstring too, right? If that number is like significant,
can't get away from it.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead. What else you got?
Like his first read target share has gone way up. I mean, he's 11th in the league, so he's been the number 1 option. And I don't know how much we're going to attribute to the injury. Like that's going to be a pretty big part of it.
But I don't want to let it completely slide off that unless it's like you're telling me the guy's playing through something no one else normally would.
He is a rookie, so like we do give even I will give fucking passes for rookies quite a bit.
Yeah.
But as it stands right now, maybe to Merck's point, he definitely feels like a guy, at least in his rookie year as it currently stands, that is better as the number 2 or number 3 option on an offense and not the number 1, because when they've made him the number 1, he hasn't been able to do much with it. When he's drawn the coverage, when he's the guy that they're focused on, maybe they got a safety over the top, or he's getting the number one corner more than he was in the early part of the season. He hasn't been able to handle it so far.
Yeah, I think it definitely could be. To me, I think in general, he kind of exploded onto the scene way quicker than anyone would have thought, right? And I think what that does really more than anything is makes defenses that aren't planning for you. Think about those first 4 weeks. I'm not saying they don't think about Igbokwe, but one, they don't have any film in the way that they're going to try to use Igbokwe. And two, they're not really thinking about that rookie super highly yet.
You're right.
After week 4, it's like, dude, this guy was the talk of everybody. Go look at any social media post. This guy was like the featured talking point. You got to imagine now all of a sudden he's got a target on his back versus defenses in the NFL. And now all of a sudden there's like, hey, where's the rest of the troops? So I think it's a combination of the injury and a combination of, dude, defenses are keying on this kid, and he's not going to be able to tear it up quite like he did when they're not looking at him as the feature guy. I think it'll definitely help to have other attention-getting players like an Evans out there. Godwin, so far, still has not looked at all right, too. That hasn't helped him a bit either.
Yeah. I would say the only thing like long-term that worries me a little bit, like you said, there's some rookie pass in it, but when you look back at some recent rookie seasons with wide receivers that surprised in production and moved their way up, keep, trade, cut.
Yeah.
Like those guys were doing it as number ones, after defense, even after defenses had time to game plan and go, okay, this is the guy we need to stop and adjust to it. They still went out and dominated, right? So not even Chase and Jefferson, right? Well, like what they did in their rookie years is historic level shit. But Ladd and Brian Thomas Jr. last year, like what they were able to do, they were the number ones of the offense. There wasn't any threat to them, and defenses knew that those are the guys, and they still went out there and produced in their rookie years. You hope Emeka Egbuka in the offseason will take that leap where we can trust him more as the number one, and it's not this. He's always a really good number 2 wide receiver, right? That is my only hesitation I have, even with him at 10th, is he just a really good number 2 wide receiver? Like, we got to the point where we were talking about him wide receiver 1 overall, and now it's like, maybe you're more Devontae Smith level.
Yeah.
You're more of a good number 2 who's always going to be, on the fringe of being wide receiver 1 territory.
Yeah. Overall wide receiver 1, I think was, while we talked about it, was definitely premature. The other thing, too, I want to say is I think the Bucs in general have lost their way, too. Like,
Mayfield's playing like ass.
This team is not playing football at all like they did in the first part of the season. No. I think there's a case to be made, frankly, that Egbuka's injury has a big part of why they don't look as good either. Like, if you're not separating now, right, and Baker's struggling, they're struggling to keep him upright, the run game has been okay. And they've had some crazy step-up players from, out of nowhere. I think, to me, where I put Egbuka is this. Like, I am definitely not liking this production. I want to see how his year finishes. I still firmly have him in my top 15. 10 right now at 10 for production. I think if you still have the deadline off, let's say, right, you allowed to trade. I think in certain lineup leagues, especially, I'd be considering moving him if he's going to net a top 15 receiver value return.
Let's ask. He's neck and neck with Tet. Like, who would you rather have?
Probably about the same picture. But for production for the rest of the way, if you want Tet, I would take that pivot 1 for 1. They're basically the same for me for long term too. By the way, I wanted to make sure I get this on the screen because I appreciate you, Cameron. But we wanted to keep. We will finish out the Egbuka thing here first before we do go to this.
So George Pickens coming off a bad week.
Dude,
some concerning stuff with.
Can I tell you that the GP in the can I say antics? Is that warranted from last week?
You see, there was a little bit of smoke to why Pittsburgh wanted to move on from him, and
he's had such an unbelievable season. He's looked so good, and it's like, dude, you look like you're not present right now.
Yeah, you're running routes like you don't give a fuck on a playoff contending team, which was very, very. What the hell?
If that wasn't Pickens, it wouldn't concern me at all. I'm like, okay, clearly the guy wasn't right. He probably has the flu. This is all the smoke that is around the topics that concern you with a Pickens. So, okay, here's the thing. I would probably still be willing to make that move, but I have to have a strong ass stomach. Like, I've seen a lot of throwing up the last month. All right, my kids have been out of the hospital. If you got a weak stomach, dude, don't do this, because if Pickens, and if there is something there more to that, and he's playing like disinterested, his value can be tanking, right? He's at a peak point with his value, and it's tied to his production more so. So I think I probably would do it, but I think you got to have a strong stomach, realizing you could fuck this one up.
I'll give you some young guys then.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson, Ladd, Marv, Rome, Brian Thomas.
Garrett Wilson, I don't think I could do it. I'm not saying you can't, but I just don't see it with the offense, with how he's been. Rome. Here's the thing: Rome's a sophomore doing what Igbuka's doing. So when I look across the landscape, I'm not trying to give Igbuka an unnecessary pass, but it's like you're not even the only. It's not just rookies that are doing this shit. Rome isn't giving you any production. His might even be worse since the bye for him. I think I'd take Igbuka there. And London? I think I'll take London, even with
Ladd.
Ladd. Oh, can I tell you, these all scare the shit out of me. I think that's maybe a reason why he's at where he's at. It's propped because of just there's no one else to put it past him, right?
There is. Here's
is that where you do you agree or disagree with that?
Well, here's my too long didn't read. I don't really care how you rank those guys. I think they all belong in the same exact tier of shit, and
sure.
I think it just makes for a great tear down opportunity where you give me a second on top of one of these guys to go from Ibuka. This is fucking easy money.
Yeah,
easy money. It's the easiest thing I'll do in Dynasty.
That's fair, and I think that's where sometimes tiers are important to note. Like, for example, KTC has Igbuka in their tier 6 of all players, whereas you look, CD's in tier 3, Jefferson's technically tier 4, but the other guys are basically separated by quite a bit from the actual ranking of Igbuka. So I think, I'm with you. Even if you put him at the top of the tier, whatever you want to call it, he's more like a tier 3 or tier 4 receiver at this point, probably.
There you go. All right. What about the super chat from Cameron Myers? Way too
early. Top
3. Like this.
Let me actually see how I would rank them. Pull up. I mean, I know who I got one. I think it should be a closer conversation. Speaking of Igbuka, what a great pivot, huh? I mean, Carnell Tate. Carnell Tate. Let's talk about it. Where do you have Carnell Tate? Do you have Tyson? Okay, I got Tyson at 1 for sure. I just think for Carnell Tate, to me, is this class or just in for 26 only? I don't know. I don't have anyone at 3 that I care about, honestly. It's that bad. I mean, no, I just think it's a far jump from Tate for me. I'd say Lemon probably, but I'm gonna go Tyson, Tate, Lemon.
Do
you have Boston?
I'll give you a top 3, but I have an actual top 4.
Okay.
Right. So my tier 1 out of these 2 guys in tier 1, Tate and Tyson.
Okay, cool.
Don't really care how you rank them. A lot of people would have Tyson number 1, but I also think Carnell Tate is that fucking dude. I mean, he gets overshadowed by Jeremiah Smith, but
he's great.
Carnell Tate is phenomenal.
He's phenomenal. I'm with you. Is it Boston that you have in there?
All right. So then number 3, leading off second tier.
Boston?
Makai Lemon.
Okay. All right. That's right. So you have the same as me. And then do you have Boston at 4? Or tell me it's
I got
different?
Boston in the same tier as Lemon. Yeah.
I'm with you.
in my opinion,
fallen a little bit for me. I was wanting to see a lot more than I've got from him this year.
The problem with Boston is it wasn't a super good Washington team. It was a decent Washington team, right? They're young and they're building up. And listen, while they're in the Big Ten, we still treat them as outsiders because they're on the West Coast. So unless you're UCLA or USC, unless you're Oregon, right? Like in the rankings, in the hunt for a Big Ten championship, in the hunt for the college football playoff at some point. Damn. Their games aren't being nationally broadcast, so we don't really give a shit. We just kind of push them off to the side unless they're playing Ohio State or Michigan or something like that, Penn State.
I kind of like, though, at least myself. Now, I'm not the average person, I guess. So everyone's tucked in bed. I'm up late. I like to throw those games on, and see what's going on.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, it's just been not the greatest.
So my case for Denzel Boston is, it was a running quarterback in DeMond Williams that he's playing with, right? But he still went out there. He's still got really good production. And here's the thing: I love the size. I love his ability to separate at that size, and he's more sneaky athletic, right? Not a phrase we use for wide receivers quite a bit that look like Denzel Boston. He's more sneaky athletic than like people want to lead on, because you just think of him as this big bodied receiver, but he's got more of that big body like Des Bryant. You know, those kind of guys that college coaches will trust to go back there, because Denzel Boston was back there returning punts for fucking Washington, you know, at 6'4", and you're like, not. Yeah, you think of him more like a N'Keal Harry, like that kind of. Ugh, no, we don't want that. And instead, it's more that smooth operator, that a guy who can separate at his size, but also still use his size to be a contested catch menace. So I like the blend of both. So we get far away from the, hey, this is just the fucking X guy who goes out there and only wins jump balls a la Alshon Jeffrey. And instead, it's like, he's got some wiggle to him. Like he's got some moves and he can get away from people.
Yeah, I like his game. I'm just I guess when the initial question was top 3, and the way I was answering it kind of sounds like it's similar to you as well. It's like, to me, Tate and Tyson are clear and away from the rest of the guys in this class. Honestly, Tate's had a stellar season, and I mean, I'm gonna be surprised in this class how high Tyson goes. Honestly, just because the class as a total picture isn't the greatest either. So I could see Tyson. Where do you think he's going to go in the NFL draft? If you had to say right now, obviously it's pretty early.
I'm not going to say top 5, but I'm going to say it's going to be top 10, and
I'm with you.
I'm going to go with like 7, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say he feels like I was going to say 8. So at least we did 7, 8, not the other one.
You know, and if the Falcons still had a pick, you know, it'd be them. They like picking offensive players.
But no, Pitts had his first. He didn't quite get there. Almost got his first 100-yard game. Maybe they move on from him and they do go with that would be amazing, wouldn't it?
I feel like Tate is going to push for that top spot, you know, and I'm not going to be shocked if NFL teams flip-flop him at some point, but I feel like he's like a 11-12 kind of guy.
Yep.
I feel like Mekhi Lemon is the surprise for a lot of people. Like, I feel like Mekhi Lemon will probably be right around 15-16 when the NFL takes them.
Do you think Boston makes it for sure? Here's my only thing. I've been seeing some where I could see some where he is in and some where he's not. I could see Boston being that, like, you know, early second. I think he'll still go very high, but I'm not sold on him necessarily locking into a first rounder yet.
I'm not going to say necessarily lock. He feels like a first rounder to me. And I'll also say I feel like there's going to be one more who's going to go, whether it's Brazel. Like, I'm not sold on the Tennessee thing. I know one of the YouTube commenters who's a big Tennessee fan told me, you know, put all my priors aside, go watch Tennessee again. It's a different offense. I'll get to it. All right. But
yeah,
listen, I've seen this Tennessee wide receiver thing play out before. It's going to take a lot for me to overcome that, but we'll figure it out here. We're getting close to the off season where I have nothing else to do but watch film and
we're right here, buddy. We're right here, you know.
And then I feel like there's going to be some love for Chris Bell just because he is a fucking freak athlete. Like, I feel like Chris Bell is a sneaky back end first kind of guy.
Do you think he's a combine guy? Like,
I think he is going to be a combine guy.
I do too.
Listen, I don't want to say it's DK Metcalf too, but you see this dude on Saturday's play, you know, and not a lot of people are going to see him play because it's at fucking Louisville, for fuck's sake.
Sure.
Right. And he wasn't a high known guy, you know, wasn't very hyped up coming in. I don't remember if it was Brugler or I think it was Brugler in his like preseason had him ranked like higher than a lot of people were like, who the fuck's Chris Bell? Who's Chris Bell? And it even made me go, who the fuck's Chris Bell? And then you start watching him and you're like, dude, is that Des Bryant out there? Because it is all 6'2", 222, but runs like a fucking deer, right?
Well,
very
apparently I'm behind on this too because DB says he tore his ACL, so he's not going to be a combine guy.
Oh, I must miss that part.
I missed that too. Well, this is within an hour or two on ESPN. I'm looking just right now. That's what I thought he was talking about, but I'm like, I didn't hear anything about this. Yeah. Now, in college, there's different rules on injuries and the injury report and everything still, but I had no idea about this.
Yep. Louisville starter Chris Bell has torn ACL from an hour ago.
Fuck.
Fuck
Well,
DB's in the know, man.
well, that
DB's
dude,
scouring.
that actually really hurts for him too, because I felt like he was going to kill the combine.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting a combine.
No,
I mean,
no.
we're like
dude.
2.5 months away from it. I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, we're like
Okay.
3 months.
Never mind.
away.
Everything nice I just said about Chris Bell.
Yeah,
Now
just
he's
dropped
probably not
that.
first round. No chance. Because he did need the combine. He needed to pose with his shirt off like DK Metcalf a couple years ago.
Well, the class needs that too, I think, right? The class needs a couple guys that really get some hype around that
not
time.
so much at the wide receiver position. Like the wide receiver position is one I feel the safest about out of this whole class.
There's fine receivers here, right? But I think just to make the class deeper, give me another receiver. Give me however many we can. It's not like we have right.
I don't know if we'll get it. It'll kind of depend if he surprises at the combine. But Concepcion's had a really, really nice year for Texas A&M.
That was who I was going
to limelight. Right?
If you didn't say him, I was going to say his name. He is kind of. I'm kind of curious to see what people think about him in the market right now too.
And he's more of that modern, like how we picture wide receivers now too, where like the size doesn't matter as much. A little bit more of a slender build, but that route running savant, that guy who can
separate, quick wiggle. Yeah.
Not like your old school slot label, but the modern NFL slot label, which is fine for him.
For sure.
Jacoby Lane out of USC is a decent one too. I don't think that's first round consideration, but like I said, combine can change a lot too with some of these guys. Jacoby Lane's one of those guys who's going to come in at 6'4", probably 205. Kind of in that Brian Thomas build, and if he goes out and runs a 4.3 or something like that with his production and playing in that USC offense. You could hear some rumblings about teams like, hey, we could use this guy. And the NFL is thirsty as fuck for wide receivers, even though you get teams like the Packers who take Matt Golden and then choose not to use him ever.
What about Singleton?
Eric?
Yeah.
I was hoping for a much better year, especially being at a bigger program. Leave Georgia Tech, go to Auburn.
It was kind of flaccid, honestly. Yeah,
it was. And the tough part about him is he left, and you're like, man, this is going to be a hell of a passing offense with him. And they had Cam Coleman, who is, again, an underrated guy for 2027, right?
Sure.
Same class as Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith. Cam Coleman is a fucking freak and a hell of a wide receiver, but he got way overshadowed. And then some of the other guys on that depth chart, were taking a bigger role than what I thought Singleton was going to have. So that was a guy who can fucking fly, though. But best case scenario, if he decides to come out and he goes out and he runs really fast at him, I still think you're looking at like somebody taking him in the second round.
He's a second round guy. I'm with you. I mean, I was just at this point talking he felt like a name that, a few months ago would have been in the conversation that maybe he's fallen a little.
And fucking Xbox hates this guy, but Jeremy Bernard had a hell of a fucking season, man. Hell of a season for Alabama. So I'm not saying Jeremy Bernard's going to be a first round kind of guy, but I also watched Jalen Boko in the second round at one point, and look how that one turned out. So you can see some Jeremy Bernard. I think the wide receiver class as a whole, there's some really good wide receivers here, and there's really good wide receiver depth. Running backs, on the other hand, not so much. Nobody really gives a fuck about tight ends, pretty much outside of Kenyon Sadiq. And then quarterbacks, it's like, well, we think Mendoza is the first pick or whatever the fuck it's going to be. We like Amatir. We like, some of these guys, but we don't know who's actually coming out, who's going back to school, who's fucking transferring school. So listen, I think quarterback class is going to be better than we saw last year as far as the number of quarterbacks we have. I think we might get 3 first-round quarterbacks. But wide receivers where this class makes its fucking heyday, right? Outside of Jeremiah Love, the running back, everybody else is like, well, yeah, I used to love Nick Singleton, and then he went back to that fuckhole at Penn State and completely tanked all his draft stock. So.
Well, what's so interesting? You were talking how no one give a shit about the tight end. I just had to do some digging because I was curious how bad. Like KTC doesn't even have another tight end ranked in their top 82s as far as they go.
I mean, I'll give you. Dude,
you just think about that for a second. That's how little they even give a fuck about the tight ends at all. Like they don't even have some other names in there. The other guy is Delp, who's not even this class.
Jesus Christ! I'll give you like Eli Stowers out of Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
that's
Randy.
an athletic guy who is the focus of their offense, passing game wise. But Dude, I mean, I'm looking at like draft rankings for tight ends. It's like
Buddy,
Max Clare out of Ohio State. Do I
the
give a fuck?
the only
No.
the only guys I'm going to probably even consider is, speaking of the combine. Actually, this is going to be a complete Raz shot in the dark class at all, if there ever was one. Like,
Like you and I follow a lot of college football. I'll give you a name at tight end. And this guy's currently ranked 4th in tight end draft rankings for this class. You tell me where he plays, Adam.
Okay, yeah, there's a good chance I can't. Go ahead.
Joe Royer.
Never heard of her. Where? Is it a big school or no?
I mean, it's a Division I school in
Well,
it used to be in a major conference. They might still be. That's how much this team's kind of fallen off. They
well,
were in the news.
That's also
quite a bit
the
a couple
conference
years ago.
shakeups. Okay.
They were a very good team, pushing for a college football playoff a couple years ago.
That also doesn't necessarily mean all that much anymore. But I don't even have it. Give me who
From
it
your
is.
fucking state, man, Cincinnati.
Dude, I had no idea. By the way,
I have no idea who the fuck Joe Royer is. 6'5", 250. Good size.
Hopefully he runs fast. He might be a Raz guy.
I hope he runs fast. Like, give me a 4.5 40, baby. Then
My guess is he probably doesn't.
No,
I had the super chat back up. We'll get to more questions here, but when you said top 4, is it then a big tier break for you after Boston too? Then
not a really big tier break, but like those top 4 feel like guys to me, anyways, that feel like first round guys. Right, like I think we might have another surprise who can sneak in, but like if you told me right now I got to draft it, if we're doing mock draft Mondays, I would say these are the 4 guys that I should see in a first round mock.
That's why I was basically like I got it at 3. If you told me right now I had to place money on people being in the first round, I would confidently put in money, even if I felt like it was going to be not a good return, on Lemon, Tate, and Tyson. Boston, I'm with you. I like him. I think he should be a first-round pick, but he's the type of guy that I could see, depending on how the combine goes and stuff, being, a fringe late first-round guy to early second-round guy all of a sudden. So I will say no one else in the class, though, I would put any money on, honestly, unless the odds were incredibly great.
I'll only feel good about it when Chris Sims comes out with his rankings and
there you
puts,
go.
Jordan
You
Tyson
pivot.
at 5.
Then you go the other way. Yeah, for sure.
I feel really good about it.
To the I guess unless we got other questions in here, we haven't had a lot. You did miss the hype. You did miss the hype up. Mike hyped him up pretty good, man. Mike's
Dude,
it wasn't about stuff on the field, but he hyped him up real good.
Speaking of college, though, just real quick,
I was gonna say we could keep talking college rankings or whatever until we get more questions here.
Big story out of college, man. What'd you think about Sharon Moore getting fucking canned and arrested in the same day? What the fuck is going on in Michigan?
I think let me tell you it's kind of interesting. So I'm in a home league with the guy that's a big Michigan fan, right? So for years he's kind of been just trolling. Now all of a sudden, the fire goes the other way. Doesn't like it as much. He's like, I'm not. What do you say? Yeah, I'm not sure how we'll replace him. All like downplaying it, so to speak. But I mean, dude, it's my take on it is, I think there's probably a lot of stuff going on at a lot of programs that's, if you knew about, we wouldn't like. Honestly, it's my takeaway for not just that piece of news. It's, if you look in the news, it's like, damn. Another fucking teacher, huh? Who's 30 years old. What the fuck? Like, the abuse of power, I think, is probably not going to be something that we'll see really stopped anytime soon. Frankly, it's just it's sad though. It's sad.
Fucking crazy, man. I did not see that one coming for sure. And then the report right after about being arrested and detained for potential charges. It's like, what the fuck is actually going on? Like, I understood.
That was what I was. Did you have anything? Was there any new on that? I didn't.
Nothing. I don't have anything new on it. Like, I read some guy called it on Twitter. It's one of those things where you got a lot of Twitter reporters, and most of the time they're full of shit. Like, you got these accounts who announce trades like weeks before they happen. And you're like, this dude's full of shit, and then the trade goes down. And you're like, how fuck did you know?
Yeah.
There was a guy a couple weeks back talking about Sharon Moore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
He had even put up the picture of the employee that he was having an inappropriate relationship
No
with.
way.
and people fucking, you're a piece of shit. How dare you do this? You're full of shit. This
No
isn't any
way.
truth. Then it comes out today that he gets fucking fired for an inappropriate relationship.
With
and you're
this,
like,
and he had the right girl.
yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck? Right. So I'm diving into that part, right? Like, damn, how the fuck this guy know? How they fucking know? You've really called this shit. And then like I'm diving into that and I just happen to refresh the feed and I'm like, wait a minute, this motherfucker got arrested too? What the fuck is this about? I haven't found anything on the arrest thing, so I don't know what the hell that's about. But I was like, holy hell. This just went from like, okay, it's like a Hugh Freeze situation, a Bobby Petrino situation, inappropriate relationship with a staffer or a member of the faculty or whatever it is, to like, now the police are getting called. You're being detained for potential investigation. Okay, what the fuck else did you do?
Yeah.
Nuts.
That is nuts. I mean, I guess though, what are you gonna do? What would you think if you don't have enough information, you've never heard about this? I think the reactions almost in a way still are kind of warranted. Like if you're putting this out early, you've heard it behind closed doors. Even if you are spot on, without more credible like sources, lining up with you, you're gonna get that type of talk. But that is wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, what a call.
But I mean, here's what makes me what I'm so curious about stuff like that too. Like, how long had the information been kind of starting to become a thing for it to get to that guy, and then still have what'd you say, almost a month, several weeks ago? Like,
yeah, yep.
What's happening during this time? I mean, it's just crazy to me.
Yeah, I gotta find this shit again. I guess the guy used to play at Michigan. He was a recruit at Michigan. He's an older gentleman. I'm talking like, dude, his profile pic looked like he's in his 60s. So we're talking a while. But he had posted on the thread like, y'all don't believe me or whatever, but I still got connects within the Michigan office. The AD's been sweeping this under the rug for a while. It's gonna come to light sooner than later. So like, I mean, he had sources. Nobody wanted to believe him, but I was like, holy hell, that is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's the guy I was thinking of, the NFL guy, Ricky Leaks, who
Ricky
like posted
Leaks. Okay. Yeah, Ricky Leaks.
Fucking trades like weeks in advance.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The fucking dog profile pic. Yeah.
That's hilarious. I'm just I was trying to read and see if there's anything on some of these that are newer, and you don't see anything else as far as the detainment.
This tweet also just makes my day. It says breaking: staffer who fucked Sharon Moore has been identified. It's just a picture of Riot Day with long hair.
I was gonna say it was I liked it a lot better when they didn't have this distraction that Ohio State just put them out of their misery. Now it's all this side distractions from the fact that they got that ass whooped. So
yeah, nuts. All right, well, it
that
looks
is
like
nuts,
Michigan's looking for a new coach.
Well, apparently they got used to. They thought this was going to be the norm. You beat Ohio State every year. That's all right.
Awfully late in the cycle too. I mean, especially because you had all these schools go and lock up with extensions their current coaches, and put massive buyouts in. They do that at the end of the year.
I mean, you could have had another hat in the ring for the big boy at the top here. Oh, we got another super chat. Go ahead. What do you got?
No, it's fucking crazy, man.
It is
just crazy.
He went to her house, threatened to kill her and himself. He got arrested for protection. Is that for real?
We got Cameron Myers out here fucking reporting.
We got Cameron leaks, Myers leaks.
Cameron leaks with the super chat, $10 super chat to report.
I'm reading it, so I got to put the money on the screen. I was late on that. I was so interested in reading this. I need sources. Come on, let's put it on Twitter. Let's go Mikey leaks.
It's not gonna be Mikey leaks. Not gonna be Mikey leaks.
Held a knife to his own throat. Dude, what kind of shit is this?
Yeah, fucking hillbillies just tagged me in the Discord with the picture of him. You remember the CEO at like the fucking baseball guy, or no, Coldplay concert?
That was actually the one I was going to talk about. Yeah, that the moment they both knew like millions were lost, right?
Yeah, fuck. Well, Sharon Moore just lost millions too.
But this looks like very much a different level of self-inflicted.
Held a knife to his own throat. Wow. Man,
Kim, where are you getting this stuff? Who is this guy this whole time?
Sharon Moore was fucking Cameron.
All right. No, but I mean, so I wonder, Mike, if the reason this really came out, like, I wonder if it's one of those where it wasn't going to become a thing until he got to this point where all of a sudden now he escalated the situation crazily high.
Here's the great thing too, man. You got Emmanuel Acho out here like talking shit about Sherrod Moore about it, and like somebody just pointed out, ain't you the one that got accused of fucking Joy Taylor so she could get her way to the top when she was at Fox?
Yeah, that's
You might want to sit this one out, champ.
sometimes you just let a little more fresh air kind of get in there, a little time pass, if you will.
Woo. D-Walk, we're talking about Sherrod Moore being canned at Michigan.
Sherrod Moore.
And being arrested.
That is the weirdest thing I think I've ever seen happen, Mike. So I know at times I'll put a comment on one of our sides. I just pulled this up, like all the other comments, and it just went over here. What the hell? That was that's a little odd. It's like we didn't want to get rid of Cameron's post apparently.
Nope. It's one of the crazier college coaching stories I think I've ever heard, man. It is. I remember the Bobby Petrino one where he crashed his fucking motorcycle with his girlfriend on it when he was at Arkansas.
Yeah.
Which, weird enough, too, like, Bobby Petrino went full fucking circle. Villain at Arkansas, ousted, fired, went to fucking Falcons, ousted there, went to Louisville, turned the Louisville team kind of around, and then bounced around as an offense coordinator.
Seems to always get the guys that go there that have any hype seem to have some big time problems and baggage that have
now back at Arkansas, like they're like, we forgive you. We forgive you. Sam Pittman sucks so fucking bad. Come on back.
This is I like this question, right? One, for a reason I can't disclose just yet, speaking of leaks, but two,
love superpower.
I like this question a lot, Mike, because for a 101 pick, right, you're almost always going to be able to say, and what would you give him as a superpower? Do you just think he has a very balanced, well-rounded game?
He has a very balanced, well-rounded game, but he also has home run, game-breaking ability. That's his superpower. He's got Jahmyr Gibbs level.
I'm very curious to see. I think for my own personally, what his if he runs it. I hope he runs the combine. I really do.
He probably won't. I mean, he's pretty much locked in as a top 10 pick. I don't think he's gonna do shit.
You think he's locked in as a top 10 pick? Damn.
Yeah, I think he's a top 10 pick.
I knew he was a first rounder, but I didn't think he was going to be locked into top 10. If he's locked into top 10, there's nothing for him to gain. He probably won't. Because I'd be curious to see what the wheels really are. Like I think I've seen him I've seen him make plenty of home run plays, but you know how some of the guys there's plenty of guys that have home run breaking ability that run in the 4.4s too. I was just kind of curious to see if he does. And then you have a Judkins who goes and kills the combine. I'm not saying he's not a home run hitter, but he's not like one of the fastest guys you'll ever see. So, damn. I haven't paid enough attention to Mox lately. I didn't realize he was going to go that high. I know he's going to go first round easily.
Yeah, I don't like the way they used him at Notre Dame sometimes, especially like when I think back to their first game against Miami. Right now, that one's really fucking stinging. But they only gave him like 4 fucking carries at one point.
DB says, "Nah, I don't know if I'm buying this on the Gibbs." I mean, you think he's Gibbs fast? Yeah,
like he's track verified in his speed. Like he is. I mean, he's not Devon Achane Olympic level. Okay, but we're talking. But I mean,
if you tell me running backs that line up for, let's call it a healthy level of snaps, let's say 40-50%. Gibbs is going to blaze all of them except for like an Achane, like.
Mm-hmm. Let me just give you a reference here, right? So I got Jeremiah Love's 40 time or 100 time.
Okay, I was gonna say, is this like a old Spark test or what is this?
No,
okay,
no. 100 meter. Yep, when he was in high school, his track time. So Achane, just for reference, all conditions, 100 meter. That means outdoor. Could have been wind aided. 10:02. Right, and that's in college. That's his last year in college.
10:02 is fucking flying though.
That's moving. That's like I said, Olympic level. Love in
1002.
high school.
I mean, if you made that number a 9, Mike, you're like, holy shit, this guy's otherworldly. What was Love's?
All right, there we go. So this is a much better representation. So Achan's best time in high school for the 100-meter, 10.53.
Okay.
Now,
all right.
now he developed into almost a 10 flat guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Jeremiah
I thought you were
Love,
saying that 1002 was him in high school. I was like, holy fuck.
Jeremiah Love's 100-meter in high school, best time. He didn't run in college, right?
Right.
He keep training for it, but
Right.
his high school time to match with Achan's 10.54.
Okay, so the same as he was in high school.
Just throwing it out there. Now I can definitely tell you that Achan probably developed in college, and
for
fucking
sure.
trained it, and is gonna beat him faster. Like he's otherworldly in his speed. But
Yeah,
Jeremiah Love can fucking move. He can fucking move.
I'm not even saying he can't move. It's just the Gibbs to me is like, again, if you tell me outside of Achan of all the backs, I would put money on Gibbs being the fastest. So, what's your point? Love can fly. I think,
and here's the crazy thing. If you just want me to throw it out there.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Like, I get it. Track speed and game speed are different things, but I'm just saying when he moves on the field, like he's got that Gibbs thing. Gibbs' best time in high school, 100-meter, 11.64.
Damn.
I'm just throwing the number. DB loves the numbers, so I'm just giving you the numbers.
You
Okay. But
listen, those are high school numbers, but they're numbers. They're
when
legit.
I say, to me, when I watch him play and when I've seen him break it away, he's got that Jahmyr Gibbs level on field carrying a fucking football level speed.
It's just, I guess maybe it's just been the football games that I've happened to watch of him. I mean, I've watched a lot of him, but when it comes to the plays that I've seen him break away, like for example with an A-chain, Mike, I watch him and it's like, okay, in those breakaway plays, sometimes you didn't think it was a breakaway play, and then you're like, oh shit, no one had a fucking chance. At least that I can remember. I'm not saying it's never happened. At least that I can remember is like, I didn't see all the guys go off the screen. Maybe he was just already had broken away or whatever at that point. I'm not saying he's slow at all. I'm just saying I haven't seen that like live on TV, like, oh my god, he just fucking ran away from everybody, like a Trevion Henderson has at times before.
Yeah, he's got some durability concerns too, because he's been banged up or nicked up. Whether it's a hammy or he had a quad at one point. So that stuff does take away from it, like from the appeal of it.
Yeah.
How much durability he's going to have at the NFL level. He's got a decent frame on him. He needs to add a little bit more weight at the NFL level.
He hasn't had as much as durability issues though as a Trev, so I think that's
but the usage was also a lot different, right? Trev in his early part of his career was a fucking workhorse. Like, he handed the ball all the time.
He was supposed to be the next exact, like literally the very year after Dobbins was gone, right? He's supposed to be.
They've never had to use Jeremiah Love like that because his backfield mate Jadarian Price is a very good running back.
He's a good back in his own. Right? He's not otherworldly, but he's a good back in his own right for sure.
But when you ask what his superpower is, that's his game-breaking speed. And the thing for me, his speed and his burst, coupled with the fact he also shows it's not Alvin Kamara, but it's Alvin Kamara-esque in his contact balance. He is like think of these game-breaking kind of guys.
Can I say that was what I was going to say if I had to pick one? Right. Was contact balance, because I didn't realize his speed. And let me say this about the speed, Mike, because if you're this is an opinion, okay? This isn't take this how you want to take it. To me though, if that number is what it is, right? If that's a verified number, which I'm not saying that you're making this up, but obviously you're reading it from facts. If that number's out there and he's that fast, see, to me, I'm running the combine then. There's no way I'm missing it. If I'm that type of athlete, I want everyone to see me destroy the combine.
I'm him.
So to me, actually, Mike, I'll be honest with you. If he doesn't run, I'd be a little bit more concerned now. Like, why would you not want to show everybody?
Right.
So, again, that's a opinion, there's not a hardcore fact.
But also, I mean, we have seen guys, pull a hammy or whatever, and then we mock the shit out of them for how slow they ran or because they disappointed. We don't know if they were banged up or anything.
Yeah, if he's not 100% correct, right? If he's got an injury, that's a totally different combo.
If he's 100% ready to fucking rock, yeah, like put your fucking nuts on the table. I want to see it. Like show that you're him.
Yeah, because to me that number is only going to help his stock, even if it's by a
He does have some concerns. His pass protection isn't the greatest. He needs to clean that shit up. His route tree is very not. I mean, they don't ever really use him out of the passing game like that. Like you want to see him run real routes. So there's some concerns to him. But I saw a question up there earlier. I don't know who the hell posted it. Genty or Jeremiah Love. Love to me is the way better prospect than Genty was. Like, we got enamored by Genty's stats, but people forget, like, while Genty is very good, it's always in the back of my mind, he's doing this against fucking Mountain West nobodies, like guys who are selling insurance.
Sure. But I mean, he also that kind of concerns me a little bit about Boston, but that's another conversation we'll save for another day. But he's not Rojo. I can tell you, to me, Love is not a bust, frankly. I don't see that in the cards outside of a horrible injury. So and also, like, see, this is the Love thing, Mike. To me, if he's that fast, I think we see him at the combine. And I also think that if he's a locked in top 10 pick, there's no scenario basically where he's going to be a bust either, because we've never seen that, honestly. Even as bad as Genty's been this year with a horrible team, he's going to be a top like 15, 16, 17 back, something like that. Like, it's
he's still 16 right now as far as point per game goes. You're a terrible team, right?
So you're basically like, I think that's going to come down to a big thing for him. Is he actually top 10? Is he go closer to the 20s? Is a huge difference. And then if he runs the combine and he's a blazer, good night. I mean, he's solidified a top 10 pick probably.
That's fair.
Okay, here we go. Oh wait. Oh, by the way, I'm tripping. Any players that you would like to trade an early pick for? We had Corey's super chat up here. For so long, I've been toying with other comments and forgot to get back to it. Any players that you would currently trade an early pick for, like maybe 101 to 103 comparison, and then players for 104 to 105 range as well. Okay, so the deadline, you don't have a deadline, right? You have the 101 to 103. I'm assuming at this point we're talking playoff team. Otherwise, there's no chance I'm trading this if I'm not playing for something, right?
So I've gotten this question a couple of times in the Discord over the last week with contenders in the playoffs, and they have an early pick and who they're going to do it. And I say a lot of people start way too fucking low in what they are, because we're in point scoring season and we got this fucking brain.
Yeah, listen.
We can only comprehend what we're seeing now.
And especially 101 to 103, 104 to 105 even. I would kind of say too much too. There. But 101 to 103, like if you go reference a KTC, like forget any market that's telling you what point scoring is happening right now, because there's no way I'm even considering selling those picks for those type of a player, Mike.
What you need to do is put yourself in the mindset, and I'm not saying you have to get this 1-for-1 value, but you need to honestly talk to yourself about where is 101 to 103 going to fall in a startup next fucking June, right? Like, where is this going to go? And I'm telling you, no matter what you think right now,
Love's going to be an early second, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that might be a little bit light. We might see him sneak into the back of the first round. I don't know.
If he goes to a decent spot and is a top 10 pick, I'm agreeing. I'm just saying right now with what we know today, he's probably an early second round startup pick.
So if you think about it and you think that's where we're starting at 101, and then you're thinking 102 is probably going to be in the mid second, and 103 is probably in the later part of the second. Target somebody that you know is going to be right around that range in startups next year that is producing for you. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly in that range, because not a lot of people are going to think like that, and they're not going to value that pick like that. I want to get points on my team, but I also don't want to end up trading, let's say, the 102 for somebody that's going to be a 7th round fucking startup pick in June. You know what I mean? I don't want to take that big of a fucking L.
No, if you're thinking about that, just don't.
But if you could get me somebody in the 3rd, if you can get me somebody in the early part of the 4th, like a wide receiver or running back in that range.
Here's a question, right? Let's talk real quickly about the polarizing one, right? A team that's out of it, that has a CMC, right? Like we know what the startup value we're pissing away is. Is that in consideration for you, given he's literally the number 1 player in Warp at this point in production?
Yes, that is in consideration, but it has to be those crazy outliers, which you're probably only going to give me one. I'm talking about the one.
Right? And there's only one like that. Yep. Now let me give you another scenario though, where I think Love, in particular, is a dangerous. So if you have the 101, let's call it, right? I think right now with what we know, because Mike, forget point per carry for a second. Just go to generic PPR leagues and run Warp, and you're going to see one thing right now. The running backs, it's not just CMC. There's like 6 or 7 that are basically carrying the fucking weight right now. And they all happen to be on that green line. They're the running back position. what's that going to mean? As long as this trend keeps through the playoffs, people remember this, right? And what are they going to do? I don't think we're going to push back up the entire position as a whole, but we'll push back up some. We will push back some running backs up into the mix in startups, which means Jeremiah Love by default could end up being a first-round pick, even if he goes to a shitty landing spot.
Yeah. That's all you got to keep in mind, right? Like, obviously, I want to target the CMC if I can get him.
Did I say it?
Yeah, probably.
I didn't even realize
I want to target like the CMC types, but keep in mind when you're talking about some of these other guys, like I've seen people talk like, "Oh, would you do Saquon Barkley?" It's like,
all right, let's have a 101 to 103 conversation. What are the players on this list? Let's just go through. I mean, there's honestly not that many, but let's give as many as we can.
There's not, and it's much easier to stay on the younger side, but you may not get as good a production, right?
And then at that point, you got to ask yourself, do I need to do it, and do I want to do it?
Do I need to, or do I want to do it? Right?
Like that's where Igbuka for me in Dynasty isn't concerning. For production standpoint, if I could pivot into something that's way more secure, I would like to. Same with Rome. Yeah. Rome's a little more concerning, I think, given he's a sophomore or a second-year player. But if I'm moving on from this pick or a younger player in Dynasty, it's to get more locked-in production. So that's why for me 101 to 103 is a really short list, Mike, because who's really guaranteeing you that production? I mean, Justin Jefferson's how high still in Dynasty? He's not guaranteeing you fucking production, right?
Wide receivers, like if somebody's dumb enough to do Amon-Ra, CeeDee Lamb, yeah. I think where you start to get a little bit more questionable is like, Tet's okay, but the production isn't enough for me to go like, dude, my
101 or Tet.
Be drafted before Tet. Yeah.
101 or Tet on a production team, on a team in the playoffs, let me say, sorry.
It would be easier for me to do it on a best ball team, just to add another body and a potential to make my lineup during the playoffs. Right, to go from 101 to Tet. But in all reality, if I'm in a lineup league, Adam, I'd rather just keep the pick and see if I can't just pick up somebody else who's going to give similar production for a second.
With you.
If that's what I'm going.
Because I've gotten this question before too. Hampton or 103, let's call it.
Again, same kind of picture, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm with you. I'm going through the ones I've been, because Mike, here's the thing.
I think the easy one, like for me, like Achane or one of these picks, right? Yep. That's kind of where I'm talking about. Where Achane's probably getting drafted in the 3rd round next year in a startup, but I get his good production if he's healthy.
He might be though. He might be. Honestly, these running backs. You say he's not going to be a top 3, a 3rd?
No. I say he's going to be in the same kind of breath, right?
I got you.
Like late 2nd, early 3rd. Somebody's going to take
you. Sorry.
On Adrian. Yeah.
No. I misheard you.
He's going to be in the same range as where this pick's going to wind up, but I get his production. I don't know if anybody would do that, but that's kind of like I'm looking for these kind of guys. Those are the kind of players I'm looking for.
And I think to your point, Mike, what I'm looking to do here, Mike, I'll tell you my list, okay? It's JSN, it's Gibbs, it's Chase, Bijan, Puka.
Easy ones, yeah.
Amon-Ra, CD. I'm literally just going down, right, and I'm telling you who it is. I mean, to be honest with you, I probably still would do it for Jefferson, although it's kind of antithetical because I think he's so highly valuable. But it's not really the target I'd like. Achane definitely. Taylor scares me a little bit, but I probably would still, push come to shove. But once we get much past that, I'm probably out. And let me just say why. Because to me, Mike, I would rather send with the 101 more to get to those guys. Like, I don't want to go to the other tiers. Because I don't think for a 3-week race, anyone else really production is guaranteed to push me over the edge.
Right. I mean, I'll give a couple other running backs.
James Cook, maybe.
James Cook was one who I was going to say. Maybe Bucky Irving, if you're believing in that one.
I have a hard time just because I haven't seen it with the injury yet.
Kind of like the Ted thing. It's like, the 103 or Quinshon Judkins at this point. Well, Quinshon's going to score me some points. It'd be an RB2-ish.
I think I'd have to hold off. I love the upside for Quinshon long term. I just can't right now, man.
I think you're better off, like, if you have a young asset on your team, like let's say it's a Hampton or a Trevion or Marion Hampton. or a Mecca Buka, Matthew Golden, something along those lines. If you have that and the pick, I'm packaging that shit together to go get a fucking superstar instead. You know what I mean? That is more
Mike,
what I want to do. I want to package that pick with something else to actually get one of these elite guys, a Jahmyr Gibbs,
right,
for my playoff push. But
let me give you. I think this is probably a different show, but I'm gonna give you a quick synopsis of where my brain's kind of been. I'll be honest with you. The last like 10 days, or week or whatever it was, I've been just a craziness in life. But recently and prior to leaving for El Paso, Mike, I think we're in a weird problem point in Dynasty because in lineup, especially right now, right, for this trading, you got this 26 class that people don't think is any good, right? So that inherently makes this 101 even, which is crazy to think, less valuable in the market. But Mike, if you go through, just go with me right now. Go over to KTC, take quarterbacks out for a second, just to look at it from the, I guess it's technically the one QB landscape, although we don't play in that. Just from the skill players, though, I'm thinking. Okay. I want you to go as we go through this first page. Like it's kind of insane to think about how many players are on here that really aren't producing that well. Like that's at least for me in years past. I remember while there's some players that are getting up the ranks that feel young, it's like they're kind of coming on now, right? So it's like, okay, now this makes sense. Like Mike, I'm talking about. Obviously, you have the ones like Rome and Igbuka we've already touched on, but if we just start here at like that Igbuka range, right? So you go Igbuka, Tet, Pickens. Here's Hampton again. We just still very much projection. Tyler Warren's been doing it but we're gonna see what recently it's like now with this quarterback change. Trev's starting to finally come on, so you can give credit there. But you got Quinchon, you got Ladd, you got Garrett Wilson, Marv Harrison, we got Rome, Brian Thomas still on here, right? Chris Olave. Chris Olave's not even young. I mean,
right.
Tucker Kraft hurt. You got Jacobs. Barkley's not producing and old. J-Mo, Cam Scatabo, Jalen Waddle, Travis Hunter. Like, these are first pagers. So,
it's rough.
The reason that I think it's important for this conversation is it makes it in lineup, Mike, impossible in a lot of leagues to go to those top tier guys. People just don't want to get rid of them at all for anything. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're top tier for a reason.
And they're like, no, you just go away. I don't care what you offer me. It's insane. In lineup, that's what I've been resisted with all year is even sometimes coming with 27 picks. It's like, I'm good. I'm not trading that player. He's not an option to be traded.
Which sucks on that end of the spectrum when you're trying to do something like this to package this stuff together, and I get that. But it is absolutely fucking beautiful if you're on the other end of the spectrum and you're willing to buy into the volatility, the uncertainty, and to take those kind of packages where it's fuck yeah, bud. Go ahead. You take my Jahmyr Gibbs, and I'm going to take your, Marion Hampton. I'm going to take your early first. I'm going to take something else off of you, right? Like, I'm going to make you pay for it, but by all means, like, I'm going to roll the dice analytically that I'm correct on this just by sheer numbers.
Hey, this is actually hilarious. So Jake sends me an email, okay? The day after that the stream we had on South Harmon Vibes. And I was talking with Fizz and was like, yeah, I haven't heard from Jake. And he sends me a screenshot of the email. It was in my spam from his Carolina Panthers fucking email. I'm like, why the fuck is this in the spam?
I didn't know you were that big, man. Your fucking spam folder in Carolina Panthers official email.
I will say, because if you saw my primary, right, how many fucking pieces of shit come through there, like that shouldn't come through at all? I mean, what is going on, The
filtering sucks.
Yeah, it's I don't know if AI is doing this, but it's problematic. Okay, we got some comments on this here. Use early picks to get leverage, 2 bodies or another pick back.
It's always a pretty decent strategy.
You definitely can. It's just, again, with that same problem in mind, like, it makes me a little bit in lineup. In best ball, Mike, you can kind of throw this out the window, right? Because I'll take the package of players. But in lineup, it makes me want to just say, all right, well, if the market is you guys won't let me trade into a top 20 pick or top 20 type player with the 101, why am I moving it? Why would I move it at all?
Yeah. Because it's going to walk into being a top 20 without doing anything.
Exactly. I already know it's that. You just aren't quite giving me the credit for that
Yep.
yet, you know?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Anything else? I mean,
and we had some pretty good questions up here. I know we've been kind of all over the map and talking a lot about 26 class.
Oh, here, I have a couple starred. You're right. Here's a playoff question.
Yes, sir.
Who for my quarterback one? I got Brissett. Waivers, Bryce, Stroud, T-Law, or Caleb?
Ooh, dude. I think all these quarterbacks are just bad. This is definitely a redraft 1 QB question for sure. So I'm more inclined just to play matchups every single week during the playoffs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're telling me that these, like right now, if these 4 are on waivers, I think, Mike, you can play the game, right? Like I'm just picking up this week.
So right now he's got Brissett, so he's gonna play against. Dude, I just fucking had this.
I'll be honest with
you. Defense, no fucking thank you. Even though Brissett and they're gonna throw the ball a billion times and they're probably gonna trail. Dude, I want no part of that. If this is a redraft too, that some of these redraft leagues, old school scoring, negatives for sacks against that Texas front.
Okay, if that's the case, I'm with you. And honestly, like, depending on what these other guys' matchups are, I could see it. It's just Brissett, man. I get it. The Texans defense is otherworldly, but if there's negatives of any kind, or if you have more points for a pick, I could 100% sit him. He's just been really propped by volume so hard.
Bryce Young gets the Saints division game.
Is that this week?
Yep.
Buddy, I had a Daniel Dimes injury in a redraft league at Superflex. Now I have Bryce Young and Caleb as my starters for the rest of the year. It's fucking rough.
CJ Stroud gets the Cardinals. We kind of talked that one up. T-Law, where we had Trevor, the Jets defense, and Caleb Williams, Browns defense. So no to Caleb.
Let me ask you this. As gross as it is, what's T-Law's rest of as well?
Rest of the season?
Yeah, like the next couple weeks, because the Jets is about as easy as it gets right
Broncos
now.
and Colts.
Oh, Broncos fucking sucks.
Yeah, Broncos in the semis. That's not appealing.
Can I tell you, Mike, honestly, I think you might want to. I don't know what your roster spots are. I know they're pretty limited on here. Is there a player that has a better schedule next week? Like, I might have to add an additional body here, dude. This is rough. Rough.
Well, CJ Stroud this week gets the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Next week he gets the Raiders.
You got to add Stroud. That's a lock. He's a guy that hopefully can get you to the championship here, right? Like that's a lock.
Yeah, just thinking that one out. Like, I want CJ Stroud. Probably this week, and I definitely want him next week.
What's Bryce's, actually? I feel like he had another maybe decent matchup in the playoffs. Maybe I'm wrong, though.
Yeah, I'll pull Bryce up here.
Okay. I'll pull up Caleb's then.
No, Jake wasn't so big time. He'd chime in.
Yeah, what's up, Jake? Appreciate you. Sorry for the spam.
He's got the Bucks and then the Seahawks in the championship, so no thank you. We got a little smoke machine back there. Is that a little dehumidifier?
Oh, it's a little dehumidifier. Is that thing starting to catch some?
Not
the opposite.
I was just making sure your shit wasn't started on fire, bud.
Dude, that would have been funny in a bad way. No, that's a humidifier back there. It's rough
been on
around
a podcast where my fucking sign back here.
Hey, you know what though? And it's also coming close to the sign. Oh shit, that probably was a flashback. Dude,
PTSD, bro.
Caleb Williams might have the worst one. Cleveland, Green Bay, and Frisco.
I think I'm picking up CJ Stroud, and I think I'm starting CJ Stroud this week.
I'm with you. Are you adding another guy or just going that way?
No, if it's like
is this a? Do you only have to start one in this league?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then yeah, I'm tripping. I'm thinking my Superflex brand. Yeah, just forget it. Just pick up Stroud. You're good with those two. Okay.
I drop his head. I pick up Stroud, and I'm just rolling Stroud for the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then you can reevaluate. You know, come back fucking next week, Juan.
What does Brissett have for the rest of the season?
It's just if it's one quarterback redraft league, Adam, I'm not rostering more than one fucking quarterback. Whoever I'm starting.
In the playoffs, I could do it if you can. I'm not going to cut a worthy player, okay? Not Xavier Worthy, but a worthy roster player. But Mike, they play Atlanta and then at Cincy the last 2 weeks.
I'm doing this as like this is how I do all my redrafts like this, where we have these kind of waivers. Is one quarterback. That's who I'm fucking rostering, because the quarterback position really doesn't matter a whole lot. Like it's points, but it's not what actually wins you weeks. In every goddamn available roster spot, I'm going out there. If there's not already a player out on waivers like this, but I'm going out and I'm speculating running back injuries, and I'm picking those fuckers up. That way, if I make it through this week and we get to next week, I already either have them on my roster or B, I'm keeping them from my fucking opponent.
Yeah, I hear you, but also Stroud has had right now, like the problem in the playoffs, if I would be willing to go against that if I can tell you that Stroud for the rest, like he has, right now actually Stroud has 1 week, legitimately 1 week where he's been a top 10 QB.
Hmm.
So here's the thing: if you don't have a player to cut, go ahead and cut Brissett. But if you can afford to keep him in some capacity, I would do that. But I think Stroud is definitely the answer for this week.
Well, we get to next week. The only other pushback I got on Brissett, we get to next week. Are you starting Brissett over Stroud against fucking Raiders anyways?
Well, to be honest with you, it's going to depend what happens this week for Stroud. If Stroud goes out there and puts up some numbers, then hell yeah. But if Stroud freaking doesn't do shit this week, Mike, I'm gonna be shitting my pants. Like if I skate by and he doesn't do much, I'm good. Stroud, you're going right back to the fucking wire.
I got you.
So to your point, if he goes off, yeah, I'm probably good. I'm probably just roll with Stroud again for sure.
Gotcha.
Do we have any other questions? Did I miss one?
Oh, we had another start sit up here somewhere.
Here we go. Devin Neal, Ted McMillan, Rico, Monangai, Waddle. Pick 3. Ooh.
Ooh.
Half PPR, I think I have to lock in. I got to lock in.
I'm playing Monangai.
Yeah, well, I'm playing Monangai regardless, sorry. I was just thinking, what's the status on Kamara, by the way? Any idea? Any new updates?
I don't think he's doing shit.
Still not practicing? Like, I mean, if he's not going in a half PPR league, I feel like I have to play Monangai and Neal at this point.
Devin Neal, Monangai, and then I'm going to go with Jalen Waddle as the other one. Like, it's not super sexy, but between him and Tet, like, it's weird to say I trust Tua to like find Jalen Waddle for a fucking tutty before I trust Bryce to find Ted for a touchdown. So,
is it? Let me ask you this in half PPR. Is it? Man, the Rico experience has been a wild one. We might just get hit with the Rico.
Yeah, I think we definitely got hit with the Rico.
Is he like completely cooked now? It's crazy, dude. His season, and I need Jake on this one. Jake, if you're here, what do we know? The Chuba Hubbard thing. Is he completely cooked? His snap share went down before the bye to a pretty uncomfortable number for me last week, and now they're coming off the bye week.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
It's crazy because, Mike, in a half PPR league, just a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks ago, you're like, there's no fucking way you're even sitting Rico in any capacity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
It's a rough one. I'm with you. I don't think I'm playing Rico this week. I'm probably playing Waddle reluctantly.
Yeah,
Ted's been so boomer bust right now too, you know.
And even when he booms, it's like a touchdown, but it's still like wide receiver 3.
That's what, dude. He had that. Was it what game was it? They had. Was it the last one they played? He had 2 catches for 64 yards, and one happened to be a touchdown, right?
That's all you get. Not that Waddle's much better. I feel a little bit better about it. I mean, he was a top 10 wide receiver last week for what it's worth.
Yeah, the half PPR thing makes it honestly grosser and closer than I want to admit, but I think I'm going to go Waddle.
Yep.
Rico, honestly, at this point, I feel like I have an unknown again. Like, I really do. You know?
Yep. Oh, thank you.
Honestly, he says you're that high on Monangai this week. Based on the options in half PPR, I don't really think it was all that close. I think he's at least
It's not a
one or
great
two.
Matchup against Cleveland, but we also just watched Tony Pollard run for $1 billion.
I got something for you. Actually, I got something for you. Shout out to good people doing good work. Nick Ercolano has a tweet on this. All right.
Ooh.
I got a real good one for you on that Browns front, because I've been watching these Browns get gashed, my friends. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Damn, he's got a whole lot of these. Over the last 5 weeks, Mike, the Browns have allowed the 6th most PPR fantasy points to the running back position. Week 14, Pollard, 28.1, obviously. Week 13, CMC was 17. Genty, week 12, who everyone hates, 25, 24.8. Derrick Henry, the week prior, 20.2. Breece Hall in week 10, 19.5. I mean,
those last 3 running backs you named too have had their struggles all season getting going against teams, and apparently Cleveland is the get right game.
Well, because here's the thing, Cleveland's defense. I think one thing you can't really can't be understated in sports. I think this time of year, Myles Garrett, I think honestly might be a little more checked out if he's not where he's at right now on an individual chase.
We didn't even talk about it. We didn't even talk about Myles Garrett on Sunday recap, man. We should have done the the sack record watch. Was he 3 sacks away now?
I think it's 3, right? But I mean, aside from that, like when you're talking about a losing team, losing culture, it's cold, the season's almost over, they got nothing really to play for, and they're constantly running the football because you're trailing. Like it can get rough for these guys. I guess honestly, I was surprised by that number though, in that to me it's like Cleveland is not the scary defense on the run that it used to be thought of personally. Oh, mute.
I was just saying they get after the quarterback and they get their sacks, but I guess they don't want to stop the run. So
I got the hat on, but yeah, that's a shout out to my guy. Man, that was I thought that was a great stat this late in the year.
Oh, there you go. You got a third. Nick Kirklano telling you to fire up Kyle Monangai.
Dude, I mean, listen, and I think Monangai and Swift right now almost matchup dependent or independent. Sorry, are like flex starts easily. There's just that type of offense. So anyway, okay here, Justin Jefferson, Olave, BTJ, Christian Watson, Michael Wilson, Harold Fannin. I need to start 4. Damn. When you got all these bodies and you have to start 4, you're like, okay, all right. So here's what I'll say: if we know what time does Michael Wilson play, if we know Marv's out, you can fucking lock him into lineups.
Oh, noon game.
So there you go. I mean, Michael Wilson is 100%
locked
the
in.
Easiest start if Marv's not playing, and even if he is, we can have a different conversation. But can you sit Jefferson, Mike?
No, and somebody just brought up Addison's got a sore Achilles too, so Jefferson might be the only show in town. So
you got to start Jefferson, even if it doesn't feel the greatest. But
I'm gonna say right off the rip, Jefferson, Michael Wilson for sure.
Yep, I'm with you.
I mean, we're in the fucking playoffs. I know it's we're talking boom or bust, but I'm shooting for upside, man, and Christian Watson is that fucking upside, so I want to put Christian Watson in at some point.
Listen, we have always talked about it it feels like, honestly, Mike, since we've been doing content, who's the Green Bay receiver you want? I mean, this is years of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go out and say long term, but it feels like for the short term, we can say Christian Watson right now, right? I mean,
yeah,
his snap share and his targets the last several weeks are all looking a lot better, I think. So the only thing is, Mike, this week at Denver, does that scare you?
No.
Okay. That part scares me, but in this, I'm still starting him here for sure. I think I'm going Jefferson, Watson, Wilson. Oh, honestly, this next one is awful, no matter how I want to slice it. BTJ, Olave, or Fannin?
I don't see a tight end premium, so I don't really have a lot of interest in playing Harold Fannin.
Can I tell you, Mike, what's crazy is his target volume is almost as good as anyone's right now.
Yeah, I mean, last week was 11, but before that, it was 5s.
Yeah. But I mean,
I assume no Njoku, so maybe if you want to lean on that and go with the target volume, that it's going to be a lot more like 11 than it is 5. I can get behind that, I guess.
If Njoku, because I don't think Njoku's he might play. I don't think he's going to. Last couple weeks, Olave 5 and 7 targets. BTJ, I feel like is still getting a lot of targets, but it's just no. He actually the last 2 weeks hasn't gotten that many even.
No, been deep balls.
Fuck it, man. I'm going Fannin.
Fannin,
especially if Njoku's not playing, it's Fannin for sure. If Njoku gets back out there, I'm sorry. Then you got a fucking horrible decision to make personally. Probably Olave reluctantly.
I like that option. Yeah, I'd go Olave for whatever that floor is.
Yep. I think that's probably I'm locking in Wilson, Watson, Jefferson, and I think Fannon's the play if Njoku's out.
There you go. I can get behind that one.
Dude, this is an insane stat, by the way.
That's a lot of targets. So that's Jamar Chase, Joe Flacco level.
I was gonna say, Mike, I don't think if you just divvied this up, I think this is more targets than any player in the NFL's ever seen in their career. Like,
yeah, that's a lot.
It's insane. And to sit here and think we're about to be going into Marv's third year with like, I don't know about this Marv guy. What the hell? Crazy, man. All right.
Michael Wilson
is Garrett worth I cannot speak all of a sudden. Is Garrett Wilson worth a drop?
In redraft? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Goodness gracious, Mike.
Yeah.
What a horrible note to go out right now. We're contemplating sitting Olave and BTJ for Harold Fannin, and we're saying Garrett Wilson is droppable in redraft. Oh, that's
There was a Harold Fannin trade question up here too. Somebody asked if they should trade for him.
I'll scroll up here. So,
speaking of it, Dan Eady or Eddie.
Oh, here it is. Yep, good catch.
Eddie?
All right, Dan Eady. Are you trading a 27 first for Harold Fannin in a 1.5 tight end premium lineup league? Other tight ends are well, here's the thing. My answer was going to be no. I think maybe even anyway. But now that you've given me your roster,
you got a tight end problem, bro.
Listen. It's like It's like me and shoes right now. Like I can't get them for myself, so I'm just stacking them up for everybody else. Like you got too many. You want to in the offseason explore moving some of these tight ends. Like you don't want to bring in Harold Fannin here. And also, the reason I would say this, it's 100% no for me, unless you're telling me that your team is going to be willing to put and needs to put Fannin in on a weekly basis in a flex. Like there's no week you're ever going to sit Bowers at tight end. Oh. So there's no chance I'm doing this unless that's the reasoning behind it.
Absolutely not. And
if you're needing to flex Fannin, am I really sending my 27 first away for this team? I'm probably not doing that either,
No. There's no fucking way to do this, ever.
Yeah, Dan, this is listen, we have a hotline, actually. Late night type stuff and, tight end addictions. That's what we help you out with.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. Start selling some of these guys, too. Jesus Christ. Sam
Bowers, no quarterback cooked? Are we buying into this? I'm not buying into this. I'm sorry.
No. I mean, there's a lot of good tight ends that don't have a quarterback.
To be fair, when has Bowers had a good quarterback?
Never.
Right.
Never.
It's the Malik Neighbors thing.
All through college, he didn't even have a good quarterback.
Right. It's Neighbors all over. He doesn't need a good quarterback. He's just going to get all the targets.
Yeah, it's like the antithesis there. D-Walk hit it. It's a tight end horde. It's the one thing I don't hoard tight ends.
Listen, I can admit to trying it in the past, and it's still I think my worst dynasty team that I've ever seen.
I'll leave you with one thing. You talked about a shoe addiction. I'll tell you a little piece of news I think might be the greatest thing I've ever discovered in my entire life, Adam.
Oh no, this has problem written all over it. What is it?
Well, it's a safety shoe season, so we got our safety shoe funds or reloaded at work, right? So we gotta have steel toes,
Steel toes.
And last year I went on Amazon and I ended up buying like 5 different pairs, just like Chinese, whatever the fuck. As long as they had a safety toe, they were slip on, and they were like bright, obnoxious colors. So I got like bright yellow, bright fucking green, bright blue, orange and black.
You're in the fluorescent world, right?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. So I go on Amazon and I'm just looking at safety shoes, right? I just happened to stumble across Reebok took Shacknosis from like 94.
Are you serious?
And put a safety toe in the motherfuckers. Here's the great
crazy
thing.
Okay.
They didn't just do the white and black ones. They got these fucking purple and black ones. They got these red and black Shacknoses. Yeah, so I'm gonna give me a couple pairs of fucking Shacknoses.
That's actually kind of sweet. And you're like, hey, these are work approved. I gotta wear them for work. There you go. You got the cheat code right there, you know?
You're fucking right, man. I get the swag and I get the safety toe
love
wear
it.
in, bud.
Listen,
I
we'll have
thought
to
that
get
was the greatest thing I've ever seen. I was like, you need to do this with every great shoe from history. Like, I need the Allen Iverson 3s in
Dude,
safety toes. I need the LeBron 1s.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you one piece of something to look forward to when springtime, summertime, Mike. I'm not sure exactly when. You and I have to talk off air, but I've already got things in the works for a South Harmon golf outing, which are the same thing that you're talking about here. Now, I guess they haven't taken it to the work culture yet there, but retro Jordan golf shoes like crazy. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a lot of prizes for any of those that finish well.
Hell yeah, bud.
But we do have one last question here for A Man, and we'll get out of here, buddy. All right. Marcelo takes. What do you take? Hopefully not bad things. What's up, fellas? PPR League. Need one wide receiver and a flex. I got Diggs, Evans, or Kyron. Thanks. So the Evans, I've gotten a lot of questions on Evans lately. What is your thought?
I don't. With everything on the fucking line, man, I don't want to trust him. I don't, unless I have to.
Now, I think the truth of the matter is, though, people asking the questions clearly don't have someone else that they can trust that much either. You know.
I think I'm going Kyron out of these guys.
I think you still have to go Kyron. Now you got two here. He needs a receiver and a flex. So Kyron gets you in the flex. I think the flex is 100% a lock. Kyron Williams, in my opinion, personally. Even with this Corum thing going on, I still have to play Kyron. No question.
Right. I mean, you're still looking at a guy who's getting like 55% of the snaps.
Yeah,
in a fantastic offense that
even then you're talking everything we talk about with the Manon guy, but a plus at minimum here, right? I mean, it's Kyron for sure.
The question is, do you trust Diggs or do you trust Evans with nut cutting time? It's on the fucking line.
So go through and do this. I recently did it.
This was easy. I'm going Mike Evans. I don't give a fuck.
I was just gonna say, to me, I haven't even looked at Diggs' line, but I can tell you, he's not trustworthy to me. So
sub 50% snaps the last 2 weeks. This is Mike Evans.
Evans for sure.
Sub 50% snaps, and I don't think he's injured. Like, I haven't heard anything about him being banged up or dealing with a hammy or anything like that.
He might just be. Sometimes, man, these guys that are older, like, they just start to have random shit that's not even really truly injury. They just get banged up or they're fatigue or whatever. I didn't realize his snaps were that bad the last 2 weeks. Yeah, this is easily Evans. I was just gonna say Diggs to me already though, production wise was really super inconsistent, honestly.
Well, here's another thing. I mean, Cardi just had her baby, so
Boom.
Guy's probably not getting no fucking sleep.
No rest. And he's got no recovery. Rest. No wonder he's playing no snaps. I know what that's like. I'm up all night,
If I just just had a baby with Cardi B too, like, my focus ain't on football.
Honestly, he did pretty good to concentrate as long as he did, this far along.
Did. My man.
Especially with that, what do you call it? You say pink? I forget what the fuck he called it. Well, partying, on the boat.
Oh, yeah.
Boats and hoes.
If you watch the Diddy doc, you've seen that same substance.
Oh, yes. Frequently.
Dude, did you finish that thing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was good, man. 50 fucking killed him.
It was.
50 been holding them receipts for a while.
Yeah, what's kind of interesting now is there's this push from people on, like, for example, you would use their 50 here, where it's like, wait a minute, he knew about this for how long? He needs to be in trouble too now.
Oh, get the fuck out of here,
Mike, tell me how crazy things are at for right now, which you wouldn't have ever believed would be the norm in life.
Right.
This is happening.
That's fair.
This is happening. It's insane.
But the most depressing thing of the whole Diddy doc, right? And this is me being a piece of shit, was like, God damn, Cassie looked good. God damn. Dude, I forgot Cassie was a fucking dime piece.
Listen, it doesn't matter. Men
I've
will be
never
men,
wanted
boys will
to
be
be-
boys. She was, yeah.
I've never wanted to be a New York gigolo so much in my entire life as when that guy was talking about getting flown to fucking Miami for weekends, rubbed down with baby oil. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I want to be you. I wish I was in New York being a gigolo. Fuck.
Gigolo. Yeah, that's yeah, it's crazy. It really is. You know. That was
I could have dealt with the weirdness, man. I could have performed even with Diddy in the room. You know what I mean? He's like, you mean Cassie's gonna rub me down with baby oil?
You're gonna.
I'm in.
Could have been in for almost anything. You could have got me to sign that dotted line no matter what. You know.
I'm in. I don't even care if he's heavy breathing in the corner. I'm in, bud. Like, sign me up.
Oh.
Lock me the fuck in. I'm down.
Speaking of down, hopefully, you know, none of us get. Dude, that's honestly crazy. I wanted to put this back up here actually. The comment that's here you go. I had it starred. I think Cameron got this from an article somewhere, but speaking of down, man.
Oh.
I don't as a Buckeyes fan, I don't really. It doesn't hurt that bad ever to see Michigan down and feeling rough. So this is crazy shit, though. Honestly, man, this is. I will say I feel bad for the staff or whatever else is going on here, man. It seems like there could be even more to the story.
Yeah, well, too, it's a dude with position of fucking power. You don't know where she really ranked in the whole hierarchy of the institution, too.
And someone that's got this type of actions, right? Like, who knows what's been going on this whole time and how we get here, you know?
Wild that shit, man.
Yeah, well,
people crazy as fuck.
Can I tell you, Mike? Let me tell you something. I do believe a little bit in karma, right? I do believe in karma in a way, and some of the stuff, they from the boosters in particular, the Portnoys of the world, right? Really out here glazing themselves and throwing money around. This Bryce Underwood thing, they're celebrating everything. Like, all of a sudden, let's have some humbleness every now and again, okay? Because this season and everything about it has turned into a disaster for them, man.
The Portnoy thing is wild in its own right. Same guy, I've heard his whole company and himself say some wild ass shit. You know what I mean? You know, and people will defend it. You know, First Amendment and everything. But sure. I mean, it's been some wild shit where I'm like, God damn, dude, I don't think you can say that. And
they can, they do, but yeah.
What that guy call him, like a Jew or whatever, and threw pennies at him, and like I'm seeing the Dave Portnoy like crying tour. The fuck, man? Like, you know, the internet's forever, right? Like, people are gonna dig up all the crazy shit you said in your past. Like, now you're.
It is forever. It is.
Right.
Yeah. Good luck with that one. But I mean,
Michigan spokesman for anti-Semitism, I guess.
Michigan now has to go figure out a coaching situation with, you know, the pools feels already kind of dried up. You know.
Dude. Yeah, I don't know who the fuck they're gonna get, man.
We'll find out, but hopefully, you know, the person's all right and everything goes okay with her in that situation.
They can't even get Harbaugh back, right? He's got a show cause penalty for what he did the last time he was there.
Wait, is that for real?
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be very well forgetting it, or I just didn't know of this.
Yeah, I think it's another year or two.
Interesting. So they're gonna have a
4-year ban from coaching in college football through 2028.
So they're going into year 2 of this quarterback with another weird coach situation. D-Walk, whoa! He says don't sign off just yet.
That's a flex.
Listen, D-Walk saying everybody out there, good luck this week. I don't personally need it. D-Walk's like, I'm 4 leagues, 4 buys.
I'm good. You peasants go play this week.
I hope you guys have a great week. Get yourself ready to get whooped next week, okay? Now that's a good way to end a fucking stream, man.
Go Birds.
That's awesome. Go Birds. We'll be back here, same time, same place. Hopefully your teams are alive if you don't have a bye. And just know if you do have a bye, D-Walk's clipping you next week anyway. So we're out of here. We'll see you back here, same time, same place next week. Peace.
Love you.